Hi guys, welcome back to FPL Zombie. Today we're talking about another extreme strategy. After we spoke about yesterday where we had the extreme strategy of trying to cram in as many big hitters as we possibly could. So if you haven't watched that video, please jump back to the channel, check out that video. See what you think, see if you think it is a viable strategy, and see if you think there are some changes that could be made to actually improve upon it, or whether those big hitters, were they worth it? Were they worth it, the risk to have them compared with what we had in the rest of the squad? Well, as I say, today we're talking about another extreme strategy, and this one is actually it's 99% nailed on to be the team that I start with in my second team. This year I'm going to have two teams, and this is going to be my second team where I test out slightly different strategies, particularly with the starting strategy. And as I said, this is an extreme strategy, and the extreme strategy is that we are going huge on defense. We're going huge on defense, but we're still keeping some big hitters in the other positions, okay? So let's go into this team and start talking about the players that I suggested. Now I'm recording this about 5 p.m. on Thursday, so the transfer deadline has literally I'm just looking at the clock, it says 5 p.m. The transfer deadline is now closed, so there may be some changes, and of course tomorrow we'll be bringing my actual team, my first team. This is going to be my second, most likely. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about my first team, the team that I've actually selected going into game week 1. But let's talk about this team. Right, so in goal I've gone for Edison, the City keeper. I feel I could have gone for a few options here, but I've decided to go for Edison. I've complemented him with Button, so I'm basically playing Edison every single week without fail. We know that he's going to get a lot of clean sheets, so he's going to get a fair amount of points, and I'm going with that strategy in this team. I'm going to play Edison every week. I feel that, for me personally, I think that City are going to run away with it, and the defense is going to be a big part of that. So Edison goes in goal, a lot of clean sheets, and the games where he is busy, there's the potential for bonus points anyway. So the defense. So as I say we're going big, we're going to be hitting a formation that has 5 at the back every single week, unless rotation, one of these guys don't play, and then that 5 at the back does not appear. So in theory, the formation that I'm going to be playing here is 5-2-3. So slightly interesting. Not a lot of people go for that strategy, but let's go for it. So let's go for the actual the back line, and most of the teams that I've selected, I have had consistently selected a few players, and they're always the first choice in these teams. So the first pick in defence is Robertson, one of the best performing fullbacks last season, and he only featured in about half the season. He had a lot of assists. I think he is going to be huge this season. I think next season we will see a rise in price of him, and it would not surprise if we see a £7 million defender in Robertson next season. So get Robertson whilst he is £6 million, because he's going to get clean sheets, he's going to get goals possibly, but he's going to get a lot of assists. I think he could get double figures. So I'm putting a lot in him. I'm then going to bring in Mendy. As I said to you about Edison, Manchester City will keep clean sheets. Mendy's coming in. He missed the whole of last season. He's going to be left back, and if they play wing backs, he's going to be the wing back. He's going to get forward. He loves bombing forward. We've seen that in some of the preseason games. So he's going to get the clean sheets, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gets quite a few assists, because we know that Man City will be scoring a lot of goals. Next up, we've got Trippier. Similar thing to Robertson, Trippier gets a lot of assists. He takes corners, he's taking some free kicks, gets forward. He's a very, very capable defender. I like him a lot. Showed his worth in the World Cup. And I think he's going to get a lot of points. Tottenham at this present second, the deadline's just gone. They haven't made any signings. So he's probably going to go in as first choice, I would have thought. And he played very, very well last season. Now, as I say, this is a 5-man strategy at the back. My 4th man's actually going to be Hector Bellerin. This is the only one I wasn't sure about at the back because they bought Lichtsteiner, so it's possible that they play him. But Bellerin has played in every single pre-season, I believe. So you have to believe that, Bellerin, the super speed, he loves getting forward. He get assists. If Arsenal can open themselves up and start creating even more than they do and actually converting them with the strikers that they've got this season, it's possible that Bellerin can get those assists. So that's 4, very creative defenders. And we move on to, possibly the most attacking of the 5, and that is Patrick Van Aanholt. Almost a winger, likes to get forward, has played in the left of midfield as well last season. He gets goals. He will get bonus points. Not necessarily getting the clean sheets, but Crystal Palace did keep a few clean sheets, especially in the second half of the season. They can keep that form up. It's potential that Van Aanholt could do very, very well. So as I say, I'm going to be playing all 5 of them each week as long as they are fit. We're then moving into our midfield. No surprise, big hitter, Mohamed Salah. As I say, I've gone for him in almost every single team. It's very difficult to go against him, because of what he is, what he brings to the table. And if he replicates what he did last season and you don't have him, you will be crying your eyes out. But obviously, if I didn't have him, I'd gone for someone else. I could have had that money to, have a more plump team positions in other places. Now, the next one I've gone for is Pascal Gross. And I could have gone for Mkhitaryan here, I think, and I'm in an iron. I went for this guy. He settled into the Premier League last season very, very well, and I think he's capable of replicating a similar thing to what he did last season. Now, as I say, I was going for a 2-man midfield strategy, so I have gone cheap on the rest of my midfield. I've gone with Fernandinho. I think he's going to play majority of the games. He may get a couple of goals, a couple of assists. He'll get a lot of clean sheet bonuses. He'll probably get some bonus points. And I think he'll probably play most games as a pivot, deep pivot of midfield. So, if he has to come in, you've got a decent option there. Then I've gone for Neves and I've gone for Pritchard. Neves, a lot of people have gone for him. So if he doesn't do anything in the first couple of weeks, his price will drop like a stone. But I've gone for him because I believe that he's probably going to play every single game. So if needs be, he's in there. And he's cheap, so we've gone with him. And the other one is Pritchard. I think Pritchard could be a bit of a dark horse. He is a Tottenham graduate. And now he's moved away, and then he's made his way back to the Premier League. And he didn't play a massive amount of football towards the end of last season, but he is capable of scoring goals, creating goals, and with another season in the Premier League, I think he could do quite well. So up front, again, we've got the big hitter, Aubameyang. I believe, in my opinion, when I look into my crystal ball, it says that he's going to be the top goal scorer. So I have to go with him, and obviously because of that, my captain will rotate, as long as this team stays the same between Salah and Aubameyang. And I've complemented the attack. These will both be starters with Rondon, gone to Newcastle, only 6 million, a very, very good price. You think he's going to play almost every single game, and he'll probably score over 10 goals. So it's a very, very good price for him. And I've mixed him up with Jamie Vardy, who I believe this is the last big season for Jamie Vardy. I think he's going to score. I think he will score goals this season. Next season, I think could be the end of road for him. And he'll look back and think he probably should have left Leicester a couple of seasons ago. But anyway, that is my team. So I'm going for 5 big hitters: Robertson, Mendy, Trippier, Bellerin and Van Aanholt in front of Ederson, with a midfield of Salah and Gross, and Aubameyang, Rondon and Vardy up front. So let me know what you think. Is this a viable strategy, going with 5 at the back? Is anyone else considering doing this? Remember to subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. But jump down to the comments. Let me know what you think about this team. Check out the big hitting team from yesterday with the big hitters. And obviously tomorrow we're going to be talking about the transfer window, whether who we think did the best there. There's just some general comment. And then we're going to be talking about my team I've selected for game week 1 in my first team that I'm going to be hanging my hat on. So we'll see you tomorrow. See you later.